당신을 기다리는 코아님 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 으끼님 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 그러게 토요일 방송을 보셨어야죠. 예. 혜선실 돌려달라고요? 어림없지. 다시 보기 보세요. 다시 보기. 물론 어제 건 안 올라가 있습니다. 왜 새벽까지 안 하냐뇨. 힘들어요. 그리고 제가 곰곰이 생각을 해봤거든요. 토요일에 제가 RPG 메이커를 샀단 말이죠. 샀잖아요. 그래픽카드 화양자 아닙니다. RPG 메이커를 샀는데 곰곰이 생각을 해보니까 과연 내가 이걸로 게임을 만들까라는 생각이 강하게 들긴 하는데 이거를 냅두는 게 낫나? 어떻게 해야 하나? 라는 고민이 들어요. 환불이요? 환불을 또 하기에는 환불론. 근데 근데 내가 게임을 만들까? 환불하고 게임을 사자고요? 또 무슨 게임을 사요? 저희는 게임 많아요. 저 아직 사놓고 안 한 게임 많아요. 방송에서. 그래서 고민이에요. 아니 이게 너무 애매해가지고 내가 게임을 만들까? 저는 아예 게임 쪽으로 이렇게 원하는 것도 아니고 근데 또 아유 너무 머리가 아파요. 정말 머리가 아픕니다. 이게 어떻게 해야 하나 할까 그냥 써볼까 근데 쓰기에는 또 다른 어떻게 해야 하나 어떻게 하지 어떻게 하지 여러분들은 어떻게 생각해요 과연 제가 할까요 너무 아니 살 거면 만약에 그 쿨러요 아니 그 쿨러 자세히 보니까 컴퓨터를 킬 때 돌아가다가 갑자기 그 돌아가다가 켜지면은 멈추더라고요. 원래 멈추는 거예요? 근데 그거 좀 이상한 게 하나가 컴퓨터를 킬 때 한쪽이 먼저 돌아가고 그다음에 한 3, 4, 한 몇 초 지난 다음에 또 돌아가더라고요. 옆에 있는 게 두 개 있는데 하나가 먼저 돌아가고 그 다음에 좀 있다가 하나는 안 돌아가고 있다가 갑자기 또 하나 같이 돌아가다가 또 컴퓨터가 완전히 켜지니까 오른쪽 게 먼저 서서히 멈추고 그 다음에 멈추더라고. 쿨링하는 척을 하더라고요. 그래서 여러분들 저 RPG 메이커 어떻게 할까요? 나 차라리 기본으로 살 걸. 나 너무 기가 너무 팔랑거려가지고 번들 패키지까지 사서 그 두 배 되는 가격에 사가지고 그냥 기본 그걸 살까요? 이거를 환불하고 많이 안 쓸 것 같은데 아니 12,900원이면 사 놓을만 한데 언제 만들든 한 번은 만들 수 있으니까 32,000원은 좀 애매하거든요. 거의 손을 안 댈 것 같은데 기본으로 바꿀까? 모르겠죠. 근데 그 쿨러도 맡겨야 되는데. 아, 기본 몇 시간이요? 끄적이게 되는 거라? 근데 그거를 지금 해야 함. 지금 하고 기본만 사놓읍시다. 번들팩까지는 너무 제가 안 쓸 것 같아서 너무 과소비였던 것 같아요. 근데 그거 어디 갔지? 환불 어떻게 하더라? 알겠다. 환불 요청. 카카오페이로 환불. 게임이 너무 어렵습니다. 이렇게 하고 환불을 하고 더 싼 걸 사자. 근데 저 쿨러 발견은 어제 하긴 했는데 오늘 못 갔거든요. 맡기면은 되나? 아니 저게 저 쿨러가 안 돌아간 거를 발견한 것도 웃긴 게 여러분들이 이제 이게 말을 하니까 그 RPG가 아니라 그래픽카드 지지대가 덜렁덜렁 거린다고 하니까 그따가 나무 젓가락으로 지지를 해놓으라고 하셔가지고 나무 젓가락으로 지지해 놓으려고 이제 그걸 했거든요. 나무 젓가락 열심히 잘라가지고 막 지지하고 하려고 했는데 이렇게 딱 아래에 어디에 받치는 게 좋을까 하고 아래를 만져보니까 아래가 돌아가는 거예요. 나 목소리 왜 이렇게 갈라져. 그래가지고 좀 잔잔바리하게 말할게요. 저 목소리가 왜 이렇게 갈라지는지 모르겠는데 뭔가 아래가 돌아가는 거예요. 그래가지고 아니 에? 뭐 여기도 쿨러가 있네? 그래서 새로운 정보를 득템했다 하고 보니까 그리고 사실 안 돌아가는 것도 몰랐어요. 그냥 쿨러가 있구나 했단 말이죠. 제가 근데 저 이쑤시개가 아니라 나무젓가락을 끼우다가 모르고 컴퓨터 여기 다시 뺐다가 껴보려고 이 옆에 유리가 아니라 플라스틱을 열고 전원을 켜진 맞아. 문제는 없겠지? 컴퓨터 잘 켜지겠지? 하고 컴퓨터를 켜놓고 모르고 본체를 열고 이쑤시개를 꽂고 이래가지고 어이씨 큰일 날 뻔했다 하면서 빼는데 나 아래를 또 잘못 만졌는데 안 움직이는 거예요. 아래 쿨러를 모르고 만졌는데 가만히 있는 거예요, 얘가. 그리고 하고 그래서 일단 전원을 끄기 전에 한번 확인을 해보니까 그가 뭐더라 안 돌아가고 있더라고요. 그래서 아니 얘는 원래 안 돌아가나? 해가지고 와 이거 때문이었나? 아니 이거 뭐 맞냐? 해가지고 그랬습니다. 감전될 수도 있는 안 됐잖아요. 아니 이거 일부러 켜놓은 게 아니라 모르고 켜놔가지고 켜놓은지도 몰랐어요. 나 끈 줄 알았는데 켜져 있더라고요. 그래서 큰일 날 뻔하고 호다닥 전원 끈 다음에 아예 그거 이제 온오프 뭐라 하지? 그거 버튼 문어발 충전기가 아니라 그거 있잖아요. 거기에 그거 전원 끄고 했습니다. 웅웅거리는 거 안 들렸냐고요? 들렸는데 그냥 꺼져 있는 줄 알았어요. 당연한, 항상 웅웅거리니까 그게 당연하다고 생각을 해가지고, 생각을 못했어요. 목소리가 왜 이렇게 오늘 잠을 못 자서 그런가? 맛이 가는데. 병원 가면 해손실 나는 게 중요한 거예요? 제가 다치는 게 아니라? 위험한 게 아니라? 그리고 뭐 말할라 했더라? 맞아. 오늘 제가 또 잠을 못 잤어요. 최근에는 제가 전에 공사를 한다 했잖아요. 옥상에 비가 오면은 이제 방수가 제대로 안 돼 있었는지 바로 제 방 바로 위가 네, 저희 집 층 바로 위가 옥상인데 자꾸 벽면에 좀 샌다 해야 되나? 어쨌든 그러더라고요. 그래가지고 이번에 방수를 하려고 공사를 하는데 그래서 제가 한 일주일 전쯤 그때 잠을 못 잔다고 여러분들 저 잠을 못 잤어요. 계속 공사 소리가 나가지고 진짜 제가 웬만한 그 공사 소리엔 그냥 자겠는데 하필이면 제 바로 위잖아요. 그니까 거의 뭐 그냥 울리는 거예요. 울리고 그냥 귀 바로 옆에서 공사를 하는 것 마냥 그냥 모든 걸 다 뚫고 들어오더라고요. 귀를 막아도 들려요. 너무 소리가 커가지고. 막히지가 않더라고요, 소리가. 네, 아시다시피 공사는 원래 좀 일찍 하기도 하고 한창 아니에요. 옥상 가서 직접 보기도 했어요. 그 공사를 한 10시, 11시쯤부터 하기도 하고 일찍은 아니지만 저한테는 일찍이죠. 그때부터 하기도 하고 제가 밤낮이 멀쩡한 편이 아니잖아요. 그러니까 한참 잘 때 계속 그러다 보니까 너무 피폐해지더라고요. 근데 한동안 비가 와가지고 공사를 못해서 꿀잠을 잤는데 오늘은 비가 안 왔었는지 공사 소리가 웅장하게 절 반기더라고요. 빗소리가 아니라 공사 소리였어요. 공사 소리. 그냥 드릴 소리, 다다다다다다다닥. 이게 제 귀에 계속 울리고 머리에 울리고 난리가 나가지고 제가 그럴 때마다 버즈를 끼거든요. 버즈만으로도 소리가 차단이 안 돼가지고 제가 말소리 이런 거 나는 거를 들으면서 잘 못 자가지고 말 안 하는 ASMR 있잖아요. 영상 틀어가지고 꽂고 자는데 자다가 그럼 꽂고 자면은 또 불편해가지고 중간에 한 번씩 깨요. 아니 전 누가 잘못했다 하지 않았어요. 너무 피곤하다는 거죠. 그래서 지금 잠을 제대로 못 자가지고 목소리가 맛이 간 거기도 한데 깨가지고 근데 제가 불편했는지 한쪽을 버즈 한쪽을 빼고 손에 쥐고 그러고 잔 거예요. 네, 잠깐 일어나니까 손에 없더라고요. 그래서 큰일 났다. 버즈 한쪽 어디 갔지? 한쪽은 귀에 껴있고 한쪽 어디 갔지? 진짜 얕됐다. 그래서 찾는데 다행히도 이불 다 뒤지고 인형 다 뒤지고 하니까 찾았습니다. 다행히 침대 사이로 빠지진 않았더라고요. 그러면은 전 잠을 못 자고 그대로 잣됐다 하면서 잠 확 깬 다음에 버즈를 찾으러 난리를 피웠겠죠. 하지만 찾았어요. 그러고 이제 소리가 안 나나 보다. 조용하더라고요. 버즈를 다시 껴놓고 케이스에다가 넣어놓고 다시 자는데 또 공사 소리가 들리더라고요. 야밤은 아니었어요. 낮이었어요. 한 12시쯤? 몇 시인진 모르겠는데 대강 그때쯤 아닐까요? 12시쯤, 1시쯤? 점심시간이어서 그때 좀 조용했었나? 근데 그러다가 조용하다 하고 아씨 끝났나 보다. 오늘치는 끝났나 보다 해가지고 그냥 자고 있는데 다시 울리더라고요. 소리가 다다다다다다다 두두두두두두두두 따다다다다다닥 하면서 진짜 엄청 크게. 끝난 게 아니었구나 하고 손으로 귀 막고 진짜 그러고 자다가 또 자면은 힘이 풀리잖아요. 그러니까 귀에서 손이 빠진 거예요. 근데 그때도 중간에 살짝 계속 다다다닥 거리진 않고 좀 쉬었다가 다다다다다닥 계속 하다가 좀 쉬었다가 다다다다닥 이렇게. 근데 또 빠져가지고 귀에서 빠지니까 진짜 미치겠다 하면서 잠을 더 못 자겠더라고요. 그래서 그냥 일어났어요. 진짜 나 이대로 더 잘 수가 없다. 이거는 못 잔다. 그냥 일어나자. 이건 일어나라는 신에 계시다. 하고 일어났어요. 그래가지고 지금 목이 나갔습니다. 그래서 자다 깼다 자다 깨다 이럴 수도 있고 뭐 잠을 충분히 못 잔 걸 수도 있고 뭐 그렇죠. 아 너무 너무 힘들었어요. 너무 졸렸어요. 그리고 목 갈라지는 것 봐. 정말. 네. 근데 진짜 그냥 차라리 옆 건물이면은 그렇게 시끄럽겠다 이 생각은 안 할 것 같거든요. 어느 정도였냐면 저는 처음에 진짜 맨 처음에 들었을 때 공사하는지도 모르고 그러니까 근데 엄청나게 큰 소리가 나잖아요. 저는 무슨 진짜 엄청 그 튜닝한 차 있죠. 튜닝해가지고 진짜 큰 소리 나는. 튜닝을 했는데 엄청 큰 차에 튜닝을 진짜 빡세게 해가지고 소리 엄청 크고 막 땅까지 울리고 그냥 그런 차가 계속 지나다니는 줄 알았어요. 이 주위를. 진짜 탱크가 지나다니는 줄 알았어요. 알고 보니까 저희 집 옥상에서 공사하는 거더라고. 배에서 나는 소리예요. 예. 돌아다닐 수도 있다고요? 아니 저희 아예 공사일 수가 없다고 생각했어요. 공사면 이렇게 소리가 크지 않을 거야 하면서 이렇게 땅이 울리지 않을 거야. 어떻게 공사를 하는데 아니 공사를 하면은 뭐 좀 거리가 있을 텐데 어떻게 이렇게 땅이 울려? 이거 분명 무슨 일이 일어났다 생각을 했는데 바로 위에서 공사를 하니까 울리는 거였더라고요. 우리 집 바로 위였어요. 이거에 대해서 들은 얘기가 없었으니까 몰랐어요. 저 공사하는지도. 그래서 나가서 공사 소리 때문에 너무 시끄러웠다. 뭐 공사는 뭔 소리냐? 그러니까 공사를 옥상에서 했대요. 아니 말을 안 해줬는데 어떻게 알아요? 아니 공사한다고 들은 얘기가 없으니까 모르죠. 뭐봐. 오늘 목이 너무 아프다. 잔잔바리로 제목을 바꿔야겠어. 일단은 오늘은 어제 하던 게임을 마저 하겠습니다. 잠시만요. 아, 머리 아파. 오늘만 몇 번 자다 깨다 했는지 모르겠네. 이거 살인이 일어나서 그거에 대해서 추리를 하는 게임입니다. 혼자 하던 게임 아니에요. 방송에서 했어요. 탱글타워입니다. 아, 서성자님 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 아, 어제가 아니구나. 맞네. 나 어제 방송 안 했구나. 아니, 어제가 아니라 금요일에 또. 아, 어제가 토요일이구나. 토요일에 했던. 어제는 제가 그거 가가지고 친척들이랑 밥을 먹어가지고 친척이랑 가족이랑 이렇게 해가지고 헷갈렸어요. 이렇게
I hope so.
일단 추리 가보도록 합시다. 이거 왜 이렇게 소리가 큰 거 같지? 주탕 안 띱니다. 아니, 나 방송한 날이랑 방송 안 한 날이랑 반대로 기억했네. 아니.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't illustrate.
짠.
It's a little wooden box.
To the casual observer,
자세히 봐봐. 아, 이거 또 퍼즐인가 보다.
they're not real paper. Looks like they're part of some
오,
kind of lock
자물쇠의 일부
mechanism.
같아 보여. 뭐지? 이거 뭐 그냥 맞추는 건가? 이렇게. 그냥 맞추면 되나? 여기는 여기. 이거는 여기. 이거는 여기. 나 잘하는데? 그래서 뭐 어쩌라고 이거. 여기가 여기가 길고 여기 이렇게가 여기가 긴 순, 여기가 짧은 순 이건가? 그러면은 얘가 여기가 맞는 것 같고 1, 2, 3, 4? 여기 그냥 순서인가? 일단은 순서가 이 주황색이 주황색은 이거를 말하는 거구나. 이 대를 요 위에 색깔이 아니라 핑크는 이거고 첫 번째는 주황이고 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 그럼 이거 아니면 여기인데 그리고 핑크 부채꼴은 세 번째. 이거 둘 다 되죠? 아, 로드팬님 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 텅텅치 아닙니다. 텅텅치 아닙니다. 주황색 무슨 여기. 근데 이걸로 힌트가 되나? 아, 이건 짧다. 아, 이거 맞아. 이거 길이도 있구나. 여기는 엄청 짧음. 그러면은 이게 여기겠네. 누구냐고요? 똑똑한 해치요. 해치는 똑똑해. 핑크. 얘는 짱 길다 했으니까 이거 아닐까? 여긴 초록색. 여기 파랑. 이렇게 할 텐데.
I did it. What do I win?
풀었다. 똑똑해. 아, 맞아. 저 오늘 마라탕 먹으려 했어요. 근데 왜 먹으려 했냐? 왜? 왜냐하면은 마라탕을 먹으려고 시켰는데 시키고 보니까 제가 마라탕이 아니라 마라샹궈로 잘못 시켰더라.
Not bad.
그래서 샹궈 먹었어요. 꿔바로우랑 꿔바로우 진짜 맛있더라고요. 꿔바로우 존맛 탱구리.
What was in
쓸만하네.
the box?
Just a photograph.
사진? 뭔
어.
사진?
Most of a photograph.
누구야? 얘가 그 살해당한 애 아닌가? 찢겨진 것 같다.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawer?
Nothing. They're completely empty.
상을 비었어.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a
Come
vivarium.
again.
See, the leaves and twigs might have been for keeping insects.
It's Freya's bed. Little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
딱 알맞은 정도의 흐트러짐이 뭐야?
That painting.
Why would you want it looming?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere.
The
great.
atmosphere.
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by
It's
the.
a photograph.
이게 모임. 프레야의 추상화를 찍은 작은 사진. 위에 테이프 조각이 붙어있다. 가장자리에는 검은 잉크로 줄이 그어져 있다. 이게 뭐야?
That painting.
Why would you?
Maybe
want
Freya
the
enjoyed. Hang on.
atmosphere?
There's
It's
a
a photograph.
알겠어. 이거 봤어. 2번 보여주지 마. 본 거는.
painting supplies. Freya's.
Looks
She's had.
아니 이거랑 따로인 줄 알았는데 같이.
A lot of these.
How can you
Good point. Brushes.
They're clean, but
뭐 더 볼
Just
건
looks
없는
like
거
it's-
let's
아니에요?
leave them alone.
여긴 뭐 이게
Freya's
다인 거
plants.
같은데.
They must not. Do you think that
I
no
don't know.
windows either? That's no
I like it.
drawings.
What's that?
One of them's holding a red
여기
rose.
됐다. 장미를 들고 있다. 어린 여자를 그린 그림이다. 탐정 하우샤오 새우? 그린 그림이 있다. 이게 뭐야?
Not
빨간
the kind of lamp.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment.
불이야. 뭐야? 누가 집에다가 저렇게 시꺼먼 불이래. 시뻘건 불을 놔?
Curious. I would
그
expect
살해당한
bacteria
애가
of that nature
그린
to
애
thrive in
아니에요?
these conditions.
그 사진 찍은 앤가? 아니면?
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I
눈이
am
어디 있는
missing.
거예요? 얘?
May I talk to you, Miss?
너
She
가오
knows we're
너
here. She just doesn't care.
I am a
눈이 뭐 귀에 달려 있니?
and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent
그럼
of
네가
any
어떻게
and all
알아?
crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis.
가설이요?
Murder?
Yeah,
십-
come on, Grimoire.
23분 됐는데 뭐 가설을 벌써 이씨.
Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all. the
헤드셋이요?
suspects.
또 막
And that
움직이는데요?
includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
막 눈처럼 움직이는데요?
Microbiologist, inventor, innovator. You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora
좀
and
애가
Felix.
좀 많이
But
싸가지가
you need not
없는데요?
question either of
사람
them.
말을 막
It will only
끊는데?
waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of
이거 어떻게
murder.
알아?
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro something or other.
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies
눈이
cannot be
도대체
categorized in
저
any
어디
one
달려 있는
recognized
거야?
field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
현미경을
And what's that
제작했다고?
thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this
진짜
custom
미적
lens instead.
감각은 1도
It
없구나.
automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
오,
No, but that would be
셉꿀이네요.
most amusing. What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, However, you were too slow.
You
싸가지
fancy
없어,
yourself
싸가지
a
없어.
detective too, Fifi.
어머,
I just wanted
말하는
to
거
know
봐.
what
이
happened.
자식이.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
어,
Oh,
울었대.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
뭐 여기 탑에서도 왕따 당하는
The
거니?
lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door.
소리쳤다고?
Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me.
주먹을
I
날렸다고?
punched her in the
그
face.
다짜고짜 때렸어?
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library.
커피가 뭔가를 알고
Performed
있나?
test and
알고
found
있는
that
것
it was,
같은데?
in fact, blood.
근데
You
어떻게
performed that
알고
scientific
저걸
test
채취했지?
Immediately. Even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
아니 뭐 그냥 빨간 물감일 거라고 생각하고 지나갈 수 있는 거 아닌가? 뭐가 의심스러워서 채취를 한 거지? 상당히 의심스럽구만.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked.
Can't wait.
나중에 가고 일단 여기 한번
It's an
볼게요.
illustrated
It's been
door. It was left open.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
얼룩스는 놀랍도록 똑똑한 새로 조련 미스티드 중에서도 수명이 굉장히 길다. 다른 새들은 종종 얼룩스에게 공격적인 성향을 보인다. 따라서 얼룩새는 대부분의 생애를 홀로 보낸다. 이 새는 독특한 먹이 섭취 특성을 가지고 있는데 보통 탄투마미카의 열매만을 먹는다. 이건가?
Is it a snow globe?
아,
Of
죄송합니다.
sorts.
아, 백호된 도아님 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 뭐야?
Hey, look, it's a model of Tangle
뭐야?
Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
이게 끝인 건가?
Hey, look, it's a model. What do you
That
think?
would make an
뭐지? 이걸 왜 자세히 보여주지?
books about
Well,
insects.
왜 도전과제 얻었네? 그냥
there's only a single
도전과제형이었나?
book on that shelf.
Huh.
Books
They're
about
relatively untouched.
I'm not soil samples.
Sure. Why
This
not?
is downright poetic.
뭐
A
딱히
Is this a
어?
library or a class?
자세히 봐봐.
Any idea what this
Not
means?
a clue.
이게 뭔데 이게?
Look,
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
이게 뭔데? 짱나게 하지 마라.
Sure. Why
This
not?
is downright poetic.
Sure.
This is downright poetic.
Books
These
about
books, thanks.
Books
The
about
show knew this already.
뭐 더 볼 건 없는 것 같네요.
A book fundamental.
I guess somebody dropped it.
아니 뭐 저딴 걸 뒷판에다잖아. 진짜 개짱나게. 아 저기 이거 한번 볼까?
It's musty.
What exactly?
Must. You ask such
Nice.
뭐야 제가 하고 있는 건 뭐구나? 그다음 어디가 열렸다는 거였죠? 요건가? 요거 아까 잠겨 있었던 것 같은데?
Nice room.
It's a mess. But yeah,
개판인가 보소 방.
Stuff.
you gonna rummage?
No.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
Scientific. I'll openly admit I have.
I don't know what
배탈이다.
that drink
어,
is.
배탈이
but
아
I bet it's
음료수통이구나.
99% sugar.
I'd read you. But there's
That's even worse.
아무것도 안 써 있다고 성분이?
Don't think I
innocent, I promise.
잘 노네 둘이.
save it for the judge.
뭔가
Fifi's got some.
What is all this?
뭔가 의심스러운 거.
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe.
아니 뭐
You
미스터리를
ever try
수학
that?
수학
Maybe it works.
공식으로 풀어. 이게 무슨 미친 소리야?
What
That's
I do.
이걸 제가 풀어야 되는 건 아니죠?
Who isn't on here?
없는 사람이
프레야?
있다고? 프레야?
Mhm. And Fifi herself.
피피랑 프레야 둘이 없어? 의심스러워
Homemade
피피
posters.
얘기.
This one's about the
Ah,
Python.
I've not heard of that band.
음료수를
Homemade
기계에
posters.
I've not
꽂냐고요?
heard of that band. Are they any
아니에요.
good?
약간 배터리 같이 생겼잖아요.
Can I touch it?
뭔가
I'm not sure.
뭘 하라는 거지? 열쇠 모양을 만들라는 건가? 이렇게다가 너무 크다. 이렇게다가 반도체 조립 중 아닙니다. 얘는 너무 얇아. 이렇게 하고 굿.
I guess that's
Oh.
wrong.
The four lenses, so they must each have a specific
살짝 끊겼는데? 이게 아닌가벼? 이거 그러면은 이거 아니면은 저 끊긴 걸 어떻게 하지? 이걸 좀 더 위로 옮길까? 이렇게 하면 안 돼? 이렇게 하면 안 된다할 것 같은데. 아니 저 보면 어떡하지? 이렇게 좀만 더 당겨볼까? 이거 보이는 건 괜찮나? 안 되나? 근데 이러면은 안 되지 않나?
No, that was
됐다.
Nice work.
네, 배울 써 있었어요. 이거 맞긴 맞았는데 살짝 거리가 안 맞았네.
Sounds like it unlocked.
돋보기 겉에 탭 부분이 보이면 안 될 것 같아가지고
there's
좀
a
떨어뜨리긴 했는데. 책이다. 잠겨져 있네. 뭐 열쇠를 찾아야 되는 걸까요? 열쇠 있을라나?
Box of stuff.
That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot.
Homemade posters. This one's about the Pythagoras
Ah, I've
thing.
not heard of that band. It's a magnifying
How
glass.
come you don't?
Why? Because I'm a detective?
탐정이면 돋보기가 국룰이긴 하네.
Should I start?
한데
Can pull off the
왜 돋보기를 안 들고
Looks like
다녀?
something Fifi.
Is it a clue?
I hope it's just a bunch of notes about her microbiome.
What's that?
Looks
Is
like
it-
it's just a bunch of notes about her.
볼 건 없는 것 같네요. 다른 방 가봅시다. 맞죠? 돋보기에 파이프 담배, 코트, 빵모자 이렇게 하고 국룰이죠. 얘가 파피인가 보다. 그 유명한 파피.
Whatever they are, I
Poppy,
like them. It's
Poppy.
like a little parade of
파피,
foodies.
파피. 이거 문양 뭔가 의미심장한데? 이거 뭔가 퍼즐에 나올 것 같이 생겼는데. 개 무섭게 생겼는데?
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude!
That's real.
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment.
개 무섭게
but I am
생겼는데?
alive.
Ah,
화장을
That
졌다고
makes you
하나?
a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
눈에
What's
멍든
your name?
건가요?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer.
약간 바나나 같이 생겼어요.
we'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
생긴 게 이렇게 바나나.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13
People
years of
ain't
dedicated practice.
다크서클?
I'm
아, 약간
just
다크서클 같기도
There's
하네요.
nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor
어,
spends most of his time
교수님.
hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
아니, 두 가문 안 치는데 왜 같이
Fifi
사는
and
거야?
Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tango Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question.
음.
I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya
프레야가
wanted to
죽은 거야?
leave, but Fifi, things are more complicated for her.
복잡한 일이 많다고.
What about now?
뭐길래.
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much
그
longer.
사건? 뭔가 엄청나게
3.5
큰 사건이
hours
있었었나
of
봐요.
practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes,
볼
I
때마다
like to
바나나
be
같이
private.
생겼네.
What
머리
did you
꼭다리
do
왜
after
없냐?
that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi
네가
not in
피피를
there?
울렸어.
No idea. She keeps her door locked.
네가
anyway,
피피를 울렸다고.
So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No, Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that. Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
다 어떤
I
소리가
tried to decide
들렸다
how to describe
하네.
it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal.
금속에 드릴을 박는 것 같았다고?
Different. Worse. I
왜 이
was pretty
소리가
sure it
그런
was
소리가
coming
나지?
from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check.
환청을 듣는다고요? 저 환청 안 듣는데요?
Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get
피피한테 가는데 바로
The
쳐맞은
door was
건가요?
still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to
근데
Flora's
아까
tower.
피피가
Then Felix arrived.
파피
He helped
때렸다
me with
했는데?
it. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
뭐 그래도 피피랑 별로 다른 건 없네요.
All right.
증언이.
I
Poppy.
wonder what's in there.
나중에
Sheet music.
That's a lot of
Probably while they're on the floor. Oh, whatever
응,
it is,
깨져
it's...
있어.
Well, it is the
It's gotta
music practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
동물 괴상한 생물체 동상. 동상의 뿔피리 쪽에 눈에 띄는 금이가 있다. 뿔피리의 안과 밑바닥에는 금이 간 유리 조각이 달려 있다.
All right.
Spooky murder mansion.
Spooky murder mansion. Are they...
Whatever they like a little parade of
1,
Yep.
25,
Mhm.
4...
Yep.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
뭐라고?
1, old wooden
하나.
bookcase. 25, dry old
1, 2,
books.
5, 4?
4, lit candle.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
힌트인가? 뭐 푸는 거 있지 않았나? 자물쇠 같은 거? 근데 그 방이 하도 많아서 어딘지 기억이 안 나는데. 다 돌아다녀볼까? 이게 아닌데? 여기였나? 여기도 아니네. 아래쪽이었던 것 같은데? 아닌가?
That leads back to the gardens.
여긴가?
We already solved it.
아, 푼 거네.
A wooden
I
trunk.
want one.
아닌가? 뭔가 그거 있었는데 비밀번호 있는 거? 아닌가? 하프요? 아 맞네. 하프다 하프. 한번 가봅시다. 하프.
I'm still not
Should we take another look?
아닌데? 이거 말고 숫자로 돼 있는 거 있었는데? 이거 숫자가 아니잖아요.
Let's come back later.
숫자로 돼 있는 게
What do you
있었는데.
think it's
I
for?
think it's
Is
just
it working?
No.
아닌가? 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 기억이 안 난다. 여긴가? 한번 가봐.
We already solved it.
아, 푼 건데.
It's locked.
I thought
We
were-
are.
What's that thing by the handle?
아,
Let's come
나인데.
back once we.
It's locked.
I
We
thought
are.
what's that thing by the handle?
이건가? 이것도 아닐 것 같은데요. 일단 해볼까요? 5가 없네. 아니네요. 숫자가
Let's come
없었나?
back
네.
once we-
나의 지금 제가 헷갈렸나봐요. 없었나보다. 아, 여기 먼저 갔어야 되는데 여기 안 털었는데. 뽀피 방 빠삐 빠삐.
It's a metronome.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed. Not sure what those symbols are though.
다이얼 4개를 모두 돌려 메뉴로 가게 해야 돼. 뭐야? 아. 어. 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 아까 어케함? 찍은 거라서 어케한지 모르겠는데. 아까 다 모였는데 맨 위가 아니라 실패. 됐다.
That's
오!
Neat.
되겠다.
What happened?
a little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
오,
Mhm. Part of a
사진이야.
photograph.
그 3명의 사진이네요. 완전 지금이랑 스타일이 정반대인데요? 이때는 핑키핑키했네요.
There's something about that pink cassette. Something.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
가서 물어보자. 뭐야? 아,
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape?
이게
Is it
뭔
yours?
소리가 났었죠?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an
피아노
awful
music.
lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure, it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not
왜 아니지?
my color.
거짓말하지 마. 너 핑크 좋아했잖아. 너 옛날에 이런
You
색
used to
좋아했잖아.
like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
너 좋아한 거 내가 다 알아. 뭐 어떻게 해내?
Let's
이건가?
take a closer look at this.
과 일치한다. 이미 오래된 사진에서 PP가 사용한 얜 PP가 아니잖아요. 파피잖아.
That's not a sentence. We still need to highlight a detail of each clue.
이거 아니야? 아. 프레야랑
The message on the tape
됐다.
found at the crime scene matches the pink
여기서
cassette.
끝내. 금지.
Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
하나만 바꿔보라고? 테이프 그 자체가 어떻게 이렇게 하면 되나?
The pink cassette
됐다.
found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
너 왜
That is
거짓말해?
not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
뭐랬어요? 저 립밤 갖고 오느라 못 봤는데. 제가 뭘 했어요? 여자애가? 뭐를 증명하라는 거예요? 예. 알려준다고요? 이거? 됐다.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends.
비슷한 나이대가 너밖에
Why'd you
없잖아,
tear it
임마.
And then hide it.
I think the answer is pretty straightforward. 퍼피는 더 이상 그렇게 Poppy
보이고
doesn't
싶지
want to look
않아.
like that anymore.
아닌가?
That's it.
아님 말고.
Makes this whole thing seem kind of
저
irrelevant.
삥꾸삥꾸하게 안 보이고 싶다는 거 아니었어?
Depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore.
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to.
그래,
I
왜
recorded some
거짓말을
piano
했어?
music onto it and gave it to Freya as a
왜
gift
거짓말을 했어, 임마?
years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
왜 모르지? 어째서 모르지? 아주 의심스럽군. 아주 의심스러워. 일단 방을 다 못 뒤져가지고 방부터 제대로 다 뒤져볼게요.
Oh, thank good. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. Very
What do you think this-
Hopefully, that.
I thought vampires.
This is a vampire who needs firm support.
More handwritten sheet music.
There's an,
피아노도 있고.
sheet music.
Only
Yeah,
if
it's been framed though.
Oh.
Must be important
Oh.
for some reason. Anything in the
Dresses must realize there are so
A lamp. It is most empty.
more handwritten sheet music.
A big glass door leads out into
There's a little mechanism.
이거 아까 그거 아닌가? 위치가 달라요. 그거는 이렇게였나? 이렇게였나? 대각선으로 있었는데.
nothing.
All
Still,
four times.
those other symbols look
I
like.
think it is.
Nope.
Maybe
이렇게였나?
somewhere
아니,
else.
보고 와야겠네요.
I guess we'll come back later.
일단은 아까 해 모양부터 맞춥시다. 네, 근데 아까 저기 달 모양도 있어가지고 저기도 풀 수 있을 것 같은데? 지그재그였어요? 아 그래요?
It's locked.
I
But we
thought
are.
something by the.
아 맞네. 기억이 안 났습니다.
It made a noise.
I guess that was. And
I still feel like we made
그
some.
다음에 퍼피네 방 가가지고 다시 풀어야 돼. 빠비.
A big glass door leads out into
there's a little mechanism.
둘 다 열려야지 갈 수 있나 봐요.
nothing.
All four
Those
times.
other
I think it
반대였나? 아 됐다.
Something happened.
is. That must be it.
예.
Finally.
Whatever's on the other side.
밖으로 나가자. 해 모양 기억해가자고요? 해는 열었는데요 이미.
Giant stone frog.
Yeah, he's got his.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
털.
It's something
남자니.
that just
It's a room.
exactly.
It's another little statue.
얘 뭐
playing
노래를
along this
듣고 있니?
time.
헤드셋 끼고 있어.
Well, they're not part of the stand. They're not headphones.
어
They're
기막이야?
earmuffs.
기막이가 쓰여져 있다. 기막이가 되게
The
고풍스럽게
door to
생겼네요.
Poppy's.
So only Pop.
I guess so.
아 여기는 파피랑 피즈였나? 이름이 뭐였죠? 걔만
Why?
입장을
Either they
입장?
have some spider sculptor or
그럴 수
something.
있나
An egg
보네요.
has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Trees.
In a garden.
In a garden. Careful.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
여기 더 볼 거 없어 보이는데요?
Trees.
In a garden.
In a garden.
피즈였나? 피즈는 그 롤 그건데 이름이 뭐였더라?
Oh, just beautiful.
파리 날개.
What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
That's
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape. You're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't
밋밋하다니.
need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Porter.
안녕하세요
Pleasure.
탐정입니다.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all four syllables of
뭔가
it. Penelope sounds a little
엘레강스하네요.
pretentious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
예.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly
말이
all
뒤지게
my
많네요.
friends
와우.
are birds.
Travel. Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you
What do you
studied
ha-
the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear
Oh?
Fitz.
Oh,
He's
Fitz.
not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz.
퍼피랑 사귄
The
거
very
아니야?
one.
You're engaged to a member of the fellow family?
어?
That's interesting.
양다리야?
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our two families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
어?
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz.
바람둥이.
He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
아니
How
뭐야?
come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work? of the greenhouse?
남자였냐고요? 남자죠.
Oh, no. I
딱
wouldn't
봐,
dream of it.
딱 봐도 남자처럼 생겼어요.
Something.
So. you
아
stayed with
단든님
Fitz the whole
안녕하세요.
day?
반갑습니다.
In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happened.
정원사 얘기하는
Did he say
거고요.
why?
정원사.
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see.
아니 근데 이렇게 작은
To feed my
성에서
birds.
And how many birds are you responsible
뒤돌면
for?
마주치는
Officially
이곳에서
four, but in
바람을
truth it's more
펴?
like 400.
진짜 정신
Can
나갔네.
they not feed themselves?
Of course. And they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
Oh.
Sometime in the evening,
말해.
I
어제
left
뭘
the
했지?
aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset. Poor
짜증이
dear.
났다고?
I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from
근데
the
아빠는
detective
못 본 것
Hawkshaw,
같죠?
who was
프레야
loitering over by the
아빠는 아직 못 본
library.
것 같은데? 봤었나?
I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too.
Huh?
I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
뿌잉. 프레야 죽어버렸죠.
Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
근데 이거 진술이 너무 많아가지고 나중에 이거 한 번에 모아볼 수 있는 그건 없나?
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
뭐야? 일단 한번 좀 보고.
I don't like
How do you
I do by weight. I can feel if one. They're bird cages.
새들 겁나 귀엽네.
It totally is.
and
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
밝은색의 새 3마리.
my little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book.
얘 약간 무섭게 생겼다.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
너 왜 눈가를 그렇게 뜨니, 나비야? 뭐 딱히 볼 건 없어 보이긴 하네요.
I feel like I was there.
그냥 방 갑시다. 페니의 방.
That bit?
Does it?
No, you're
It's
right.
not coming from the bed.
A little tea set.
One
What's in the other?
seed.
Traveling cases.
Empty.
뭐 여행 가방이 왜 이렇게 많아?
Anything in
That's
that's not even remotely.
네, 여행 가방 여행 다녀도 한
It's a bird
두 개만
house.
아무리 많아도 2개만 있으면
Real
되지.
birds?
이게 뭐야?
They're wooden.
퍼즐이다 퍼즐.
Using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
근데 어떻게 알고 바꾸죠? 뭔가 있는
No.
건가?
There must be some law. Something to do with those white
하얀
lines.
선들과 관계가 있다. 유전 형질이라고요? 그런가? 네, 여기 찍으면 힌트 나오거든요?
Birds are.
눈뜬 정도? 눈 감는 애랑 눈 왕 크게 뜬 애랑 감는 애랑 해가지고 그냥 오른쪽 왼쪽을 보는 거는 의미가 있나? 입을 벌린 것도 또 다르네요. 얘는 입 벌리고 있고 얘는 입 닫고 있고. 색깔? 색깔인가요? 색깔 아닐까? 색깔인가? 이렇게 하면은 초록이 나. 이렇게인가?
That's the one.
아, 색깔이네. 아니야, 뭐야. 입이랑 눈은 의미가 없었던 거야? 나는 입이랑 눈만 봤는데.
Did the door open? What's it?
Now I will get her. 뭐야? 이제 내가 그녀를 갖겠어. 라고 분노에 차 휘갈겨 쓴 메시지가 있어. 이게 뭐야?
Ever get the
mannequin.
that's not. Ever get
The
the
mannequin.
that's not.
그리고 뭐 이건 없네요.
Looks like rude. That's some.
There's something that just feels out of place.
화분의 꽃, 특이한 모양을 한 밝은 색깔의 꽃. 매우 건강하며 잘 돌보는 것처럼 보인다. 또 볼 건 없죠? 또 다른 방 가봅시다. 마지막 방. 네, 색으로 하는 거였네. 아빠다. 피해자 아빠.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're
아니
whispering.
어제 딸이 죽었는데 왜 이렇게
So
아니 뭐
quiet and
머리
yet
위에다가
so
지붕을
loud.
달아놓은 거야 뭐야?
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
한 대 치고 싶네.
Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself
집천지께서.
standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
포인터.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality as it
이상성을
happens.
가진다?
Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family.
그냥
And of
숫자이죠.
course, father to my precious Poppy.
전혀 하나도 안
A
슬퍼
professional
보이는데?
astronomer?
Oh,
소중한
no, that's
딸이라니.
just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable
한
financial
번도 안정적인
return.
수입을 얻지
Nor would I
못한
expect it
거는
to. I am nothing but a
에?
humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the Cosmos I say hi.
어떻게 먹고 사는 거야? 금수저인가?
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does
정원
wonders for
근처에서
the mind.
산책을 하고
Did
있었다.
you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried
오후
myself in my
동안 연구에
studies for the
파묻혀
afternoon.
있었고.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my
만원경을
telescope.
보면서 몇
Did you see
시간 동안
anything?
있나?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So
몇
you
시간
were
동안
all
보지?
alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
아니 하나도 안 슬퍼 보여. 준우의 신데
I was at
뭐야?
my telescope for the majority of the evening. But at one point, I returned to my desk to look something
책상으로
up in a reference book.
들어갔습니다.
I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's
어
room.
여기서 파핀과 페넬로피가 만났다 하지 않았어요? 아 페넬로피 맞나? 이름이 뭐였지? 페넬로피가 포인터 봤다 그랬는데 얘는 못 본 건가? 포인터는?
The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I
내려갔다.
quickly
여기까지는
decided
맞는
that
것
I should
같은데?
leave
아닌가?
also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is
잠겨 있는 건
family
어떻게 하냐고요?
business. I'm quite sure they
그러게요.
don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
아유 지금 진술을 글로만 이렇게 한 번에 쫙 써 있는 걸로
That's
보고
all the
싶다.
Go over them all.
이게 잠깐만 나 방 조사 못했는데 방 조사 한 번만 하고 얘들아 아 바로 가자는 게 아유 할머니 아들이냐고요? 모르겠는데요.
You know,
전 관계가
I
아직도 헷갈려요.
Mechanical.
I would look at it.
Wait a minute. It's in the middle. Sun on the
지구가
outside.
중앙에 태양이
How
밖에 있어.
old is this thing?
5개의 태양을 5개의 행성을 태양과 달을 중심으로 훼손해. 수금지 화목도 전이. 헉 형평설. 뭐 어떻게 하라는 거지? 이것도 돌릴 수 있구나. 지구는 돌지 않아. 우주가 도는 것이지.
Nothing.
So there are two ways to move the shadows. Rotate the planets and rotate the sun and moon.
뭐 어떻게 하라는 거죠? 뭘 원하는 거지? 아 이거 그림자 이거에 맞게 하라는 건가? 아 여기 바닥에 있는 선에 맞게 하라는 건가? 이게 아닌가? 그래서 얘가 여기구나. 아 얘가 여기고 이렇게에다가 이렇게에다가 짠 이렇게 하면
That was it.
굿잡.
Nice work.
기가 막히다 기가 막혀.
There's a little hatch underneath. What's in there?
뭐가
Bunch of
있지?
paper.
문사담이 누군가의 연구물
Somebody's
같은데?
research.
황금 딱정벌레. 개고수. 황금과 약 90% 동일한 광물로 구성된 외골격을 가졌다고? 소화하지 못하게 된다. 발견한 사람은 불행을 얻는다.
There's something I
Oh,
just.
does it not compare to all the? A
They're
spot?
in very good condition.
Yeah,
It's also daytime.
Have
I
you-
want to try.
뭐야 뺏어서 본 거야? 뭐야? 왜 이 아줌마 보고 있어?
You can see right into Flora's room.
설마 이 아빠가 보고서도 거짓말한 건가? 살인 현장을 보고서도 거짓말한 거 아닐까요? 이걸 볼 수밖에 없는데 책을 빌리러 갔다고? 갑자기?
Not by
I
accident.
can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the back side of the easel holding. I can't really see anything behind it. Not.
It's that little.
아 관음하는 거 들킬까봐.
I can just about see the. I can see the door. The door itself is on the. You can see
Not
behind her.
this
Can't really see.
음,
You can see
Not this
behind her. Can't really see.
It's too dark back there.
It's the tower opposite this one. Hold on. I think we might have.
놓쳤다고? 내가 뭘 놓쳤는데?
You can see
Not
behind her. Can't really see.
뭘 놓쳤지?
I can just about see. It's the tower opposite this. It's the tower opposite this. I can see the door itself is on the floor. It's the tower opposite this one. It's the tower.
내가 뭘 놓쳤는데?
You can see.
Not by
I
accident.
can see Flora, but she's behind her is the back side of the easel. I can't really see anything behind her.
움직이진 못하나?
It's the tower opposite this one. I can just about see
어,
the sky.
간신히
behind
탑
the
위로
tower.
하늘을 볼
I
수
can't get the
있어.
telescope to look up any higher.
더 높이 올려다볼 수가 없다고?
Weird.
몇 시간 동안 보는 게 이 아줌마 보는 거예요?
Hold on. I think we might.
아, 뭘 놓쳤는데 내가
It's the tower opposite this one.
별 사쿠라였네. 관음증인 뭐야? 변태 뭐야? 창문이요? 창문도 눌렀던 것
Is that
같은데?
a window?
I
어
think
뭐야?
it
누르지
is.
Is
않았었나?
there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy? I'm pretty sure you
I
need to.
can't move
하늘을
it.
봐야 할
I
텐데.
think this is just how it's set up.
왜 저렇게 보고 있는데 비켜보세요 이러면서 둘이 소곤소곤 거린 거야? 이씨 비켜봐 이러면서? 어떻게 본 거야?
It's a
Which-
charm.
So, even the most well-used...
일단은 우리 탑 한번 가봅시다. 위로 착 가보자. 다시 가는 중. 당당해.
It's a
You know,
Hello.
there's a name for
I
it.
know.
It's not quite as dusty. Also, it's stuffed.
어?
It's a statue.
You know, there's not quite...
눈이 방금
also, it's stuffed.
움직였어.
What's in that? I bet it's
You know,
gone.
maybe I won't open it. What is that?
Not
Looks
sure.
like it might attach to something.
감개.
It's a jar.
Huh. Just dusty.
Someone
Do you
painted.
think it was done?
창문을 칠했다.
No
안을
idea. Either way,
보고.
it's pretty suspicious. Where's that light
It's
coming?
just daylight. There's a decent gap between those.
자세히 봐봐. 어? 어?
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it? Is that what I think it?
여기서 죽인 건가? 여기 누워 있었는데 죽인 건가? 그냥?
Where's that light
It's
coming?
just daylight. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
그리고 더 볼 게 있나?
Nothing catching. Kind of.
별 건 없는 것 같죠? 이제 가봅시다.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see
씹어봅시다.
if anyone's been lying.
그래 한 번에 정리를 좀 해줘야지 보기
Fitz and I
쉽지.
were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon.
오후에 대부분을 달빛 정원에 있었다.
Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked.
올라가고 대답이
Nobody was
없었고
answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the grand hall.
아 이거 시간 순으로
In
보여주는구나.
the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I
오,
vacated the
좋다.
library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside
방
my
밖에서
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and
올라가고
begun up the fellow staircase.
책을 찾겠다고
As I
간
was
거죠.
passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I
페넬로피가
inquired about the
불렀고
professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
오히려
I thought
화를
she was playing
냈고
a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
근데 얘는 왜 갑자기 열로
And
순간이동을
Poppy's
했죠?
father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
얘는 왜 이쪽으로 순간이동을 한
I
거야?
bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
방을 나섰고 시간이 좀 지나서 돌아왔습니다. 그녀의 아버지와 그녀의 그리고 피피도 데려왔죠.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the
캐치했고
library.
내려가고
We were in there about 15 minutes.
15분
I
정도
quickly
있었고
decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted
아니
to go back to
아빠면서
my
왜
room, but I
바로
realized
빠져나가야겠다고
nobody told
생각.
Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
정원사 가서 말을
I think she
해줬고
was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up.
아니야.
Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
그래서
That's all the statements. Let's run through them all.
뭐야? 이거 또 봐야 돼?
That's all the statements collectively.
뭐지? 이 다음에 어떻게
Let's
하는
run
거지?
through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
이
To see if
짚어보는 건가?
anyone's been lying.
이거 아까 봤던 거잖아요.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the hour. I heard this.
뭐 누를 수 있는 게 없는데요? 아, 이렇게 보면 관계도도 볼 수 있구나. 아, 이 사람이랑 결혼했고 지금 딸이고 관계도도 볼 수 있네. 좋다. 좋다. 남편, 딸. 그러면은 이 사람은 그냥 탐정이고 절친. 왜 아빠는 선이 안 쳐져 있지? 이 사람이 딸이야? 나 완전 잘못 알고 있었네. 프레야가 포인터 딸인 줄 알았는데. 약혼남. 아이고. 절친. 프레야 부모님은 누구예요? 프레야 부모님은 왜 없어? 여기서 이렇게 갔다. 여기서 피치의 방은 왜 간 거죠? 여기 왜 갔다 그랬죠? 그냥 간 게 나와 있었나? 그러니까 주웠나요? 얘는 왜 없죠? 그러게요. 얘 혼자 좀 얼굴이 멀쩡하더라. 그래서 더 어떻게 해야 되지? 일단 말을 걸어. 다시 말 걸어. 진술 한 번만 다시 볼게요.
A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right.
이거 빨리
I heard
빨리
someone
돌리기는
heading down
없나요?
the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps going the same way.
그러고 보니까 첫 번째 발걸음은 차분했다고?
This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the
근데
floor below.
이러면은 파피 전에 누군가 왔다는 거 아니에요? 내려갔단 건데?
Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty.
아, 이제 보려고 나갔던 거구나.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking
페넬로피가
Penelope.
왔고.
She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora too,
맞죠?
of course.
이게 다 있던 건 맞죠?
Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
그러면은
Including you?
그 퍼피가 가기 전에 갔던 사람이 굉장히 의심스럽거든요. 그 전에 누가 걸어갔던 건데 갈만한 사람이 누가 있지? 탐정? 이건 뭐 쓰나?
No idea why they insist
어?
on calling it that. It's not even a tower.
이렇게 하면은 뭔가 말을 하네요. 이거에 관해서 말을 하네.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too
하지만
ordinary for
비밀의 방이
anything like
있었죠?
that. I was disappointed too.
이거를 무종삽을 피치한테 한번 갖고 와봅시다. 너 이 새끼 바람둥이 새끼.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
이태하시려면 인물도랑 얻은 정보 일일이 다 누르시거나 예.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
너무 빨갛다고. 완전 빨. 일단은 페넬로피한테 가가지고
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What
평범하다.
happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
왜 좋은 질문이라 해놓고 대답을 안 해줘?
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
알잖아 왜 모른 척해.
Just lying around,
네.
was it?
Nope. You
셀리
didn't,
목소리가 좋다고요?
But we found it.
We do that.
맞아요. 셀리 목소리
Who's the
좋은데?
her in the message? And what's the deal with the
야무친걸? 여기 근데 다 목소리가 다 괜찮은 것 같아요. 헉, 알바가 아니라고? 얘는 바람을 피우는 걸 알고 있었나? 혹시 딱정벌레 아셈?
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I. Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond
추잡한
of
작은
regular
것을
things
좋아했다고?
like this.
왜 이미 죽은 애한테 말을 그렇게 그러니까 죽었다고 막말하네. 어때 참아가지고서. 일단 상박관계를 한번 파봅시다.
Those petals.
What about them?
꽃잎이 뭐가 있나
It's
봐요.
nothing. They're
자꾸
just
꽃잎에
unusual.
대해서 말하네.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah. I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
방금 할 때 콧구멍 벌렁거렸다.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is
장미꽃.
there something wrong with that?
이거 화분의 열매도 정원사한테 한번 물어보러 갑시다. 정원사가 뭘 알지 않을까? 이 열매? 이거 자꾸 어디 있는지 찾게 됐네. 저 음침하게 왜 저기 있는 거야?
This is a good example of how things work. I mixed that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gemstony.
Sometimes, you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it,
그냥 본다고?
a flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
네가 준 거지.
Come on.
I don't really go
약혼자잖아.
into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
포인터 타워에 갈 이유가 없다고? 왜?
It's of no interest to me.
아는
But
거
I
없니?
overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it
포피아랑
once.
프레야가 대화하는 거
What were they
들었다고?
saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
근데요.
A little chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
이거 뭐야?
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
주의기표. 뭔가
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
이걸로 뭔가 할 수 있는 건가? 난 모르겠네요.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
전혀 모르겠어. 일단 파도. 어딨어? 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 여기 있다.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower.
유일한 하프다. 진짜는 단 한 번도 본 적이 없네.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird.
너 뭐 알지? 왜 모르는 척해?
This is mine.
Really?
뭐야?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
증거 인멸?
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does
아
anybody
근데
else use the music
이거
room?
뭐 증거가 되게 많은데 이거 보여줄 때마다 다 내용이 다
Tell
다르네.
when somebody else has touched the piano. Yeah, it's mine.
선율을
Can you
들려줄
play
수
the tune
있나요?
for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
테이프에 녹음된 거 아니에요?
This is mine.
Really?
No,
아닌가?
don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you.
나를 조종하려 했다고?
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh, how nice. I don't know what that is.
Weird. Considering we
뭘
found
뭔지
it.
몰라 네 사진인데 임마.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
불리하니까 말 걸지 말라 그러네.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
Do you
유튜
know where
동상
those
아니?
earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
왜 놨어?
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
이건 못 넘기네.
But who else would own a tape like this?
왜 봤던 거 한 번 더 봐야 돼? 이거 아까 봤는데. 그러면은 아까 이거 새 도감 안 보여줬던 것 같은데 페넬로피한테 한번 보여주고 올까요?
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course.
왜 가더나
But they're all
그렇다고.
one of a kind.
애들 아니
I
세장
couldn't let
하나에
anything
세
happen
마리를 가더나.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me
이 정도면
introduce
학대
you
아니야?
to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of them.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest. Tabitha is the most patient.
그걸
and
내가 어떻게
Tamara
알아?
has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have
모자야?
a name. Who would name their hat? Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in
이
it
설마 이거 증거를 다
What about
보여줘야
this
되는 건
bird,
아니겠죠?
The
상관없겠죠?
ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
증거 개
It's
많은데?
not.
사람도 개 많은데?
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Lovely.
감개.
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
이것도 한번 보여줘볼까?
Did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
아, 이게 피피가 파피가 아니라 페넬로피구나. 아, 이거 누구 방에서 찾았어?
Diary.
누구 거더라?
That's our guess too.
Excellent. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo. There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
뭔 말인데? 뭔가
Let's ask her
수상해.
about it.
오, 하나 열렸다. 지름표 펜이네. 맞죠?
So, yeah, we
Yeah.
found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're
빨간
from red
장미의
roses,
꽃잎이지.
And there's only one place in Tango Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
프레야의 그림. 그림에 있지 않나?
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How
둘이
could I
사귀는
take
거
something from a garden to
아니냐고.
which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My
오.
dears, what are you accusing me of?
하지만 그게 날개가 있었지. 누군가로부터 도난당했다? 엿보는데 사용됐나? 증거를 훔쳤다.
One of Penny's
맞췄다!
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
있지. 딱 때려 넣어. 4개의 깃털 있지롱.
Let's take a closer look at these.
노란색, 노란 깃털. 소름 끼치게 똑같아 버리지.
This yellow feather was deliberately dropped by Penny's
아이고.
yellow bird after
아, 이거
it
글자
killed
돼야
Freya.
되는구나.
No.
잘못했다. 이 노란 깃털을 남긴 것은 옥상
This
정원을
yellow feather was
방문했을
left
때다.
behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
테이프 말고 뭔가 장미를 훔친 거 아니에요?
The two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. Being
어.
with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
그렇군. 그래서 저 장미를 훔쳐왔다는 건가? 얘한테 들물어본 게 있는 것 같은데.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs.
그치,
They went
기막이.
missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No, I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
이게 천재야?
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially
그래서
around
흔하다고?
here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Fitz, one of
Freya의
these drawings is
그림.
of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
바비.
Are we done?
바비. 응. 혹시 감기에 대해서 아니?
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me three. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too. Any idea who this is?
No idea.
모르는 척하는 것 같은데. 일단은 사건 파일에 대해 다
Who gave
물어봐.
you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
더 물어볼 건
What's with the
없겠죠?
broken glass?
없는 것 같고. 여기서 이거 누구 거죠? 아, 피피 거네요. 일단은 파피 아빠한테 가자. 꽁실꽁실거리고 있어. 별로야. 엉덩이 꽁실꽁실거려.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with
아니,
it.
지는 별도 안 보고 있으면서.
Probably not.
아니, 지는 별을 안 보고.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
정보가 많지는 않다? 더 있다는 거야?
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
그건 우리도 알아.
Fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
얘한테 물어볼게. 최상만.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
숨기던 거?
At the moment, it was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside.
이걸 어떻게
I think
찾았냐고?
someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
딱히 더 물어볼 건 없는 것 같아.
Curious creature, isn't it?
상상까지만
Some
물어볼게.
sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes.
조합이 볼까? 아, 이게 당신의 사고에는 동의할 수 없습니다. 그것은 밑에서 찾을 수 없습니다. 다락방을 못 찾을 거라는 얘기를 한 건가? 밑에서는 찾을 수 없다는 게? 얘는 딱히 용의자 같아 보이진 않은데.
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style.
That's
I
my
like seeing
style.
everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint. Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
왜 뭐라 그래?
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
딱히 뭐 더 물어볼 건 없는 듯 하네요. 일단 피피한테 가자. 얌마 일로 와봐. 너 이거 열어봐.
My book.
그래 네
And
책.
what's in it?
Pages.
아 나.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
3분의 1로 찢었다고? 뭔 소리야? 근데 더 있을 것 같지 않은 게 머리 색깔만 보면은 옆에 있는 그거만 보면은 맞는 것 같은데요? 볼까요?
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of...
누가?
Phoebe, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered...
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be...
왜
considered
왜
rather
안심된다고? 너 사페야? 너 사페니?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some
저
people
닮았다뇨. 아니거든요. 하나도 안
The fruit
닮았거든요.
here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
저거 먹었다가 이 나갈 것 같긴 해.
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite.
아,
of astronomy.
설명충 뭐야.
You could.
I
이해
do not see
못했다.
that, however.
Oh.
눈 사이 먼 것 봐.
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
그리고 얘한테 가고.
Freya was
Ah,
quite the
well.
she had a way of capturing nothing and
이거 말고 이거
ah,
물어볼래.
you found it. What I had to rush the fire. It turned out all right though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
그리고 보여줄 게 있나?
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You
평소엔
seem pretty
상태가
sure
좋다?
about that.
너 뭐 했어? 너 왜 동공지진 나? 뭐야 너?
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
뭔가 애들이 진짜 다 정상적이지가 않네요.
Fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
대답을 해줄라나 얘가?
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
대답을 안 해주는데 이게 맞아? 얘한테 오는 게 맞았나?
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there?
대답
Or
좀
is it all
해줘!
empty?
이 쓰레기 같은. 그냥 대답을 안 해버리네. 아니. 왕짜증. 이제 어떡하지? 뭐 더 물어볼 게 있나? 일단 이 동상을 열어야 될 것 같은데.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
이건 도대체 언제 풀 수 있는데? 여기서 뭔가 이 사람을 건드는 그런 질문을 해야 될 것 같은데. 신경을 거스르는.
Pointer property originally purloined by the fellows. Typical. Is this important?
Possibly.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
So
뭘까?
which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister.
뭘 형제자매가 있나요?
Family was
없지
a
않나?
rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. A
비밀의
diary
일장?
can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I think it must be something left behind by a previous
굉장히
inhabitant of
의심스러운데요?
Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
굉장히 의심스러운데요? 더 물어볼 게 없는데.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying.
It's be
이렇게 하면 스킵 가능하네요. 멈췄다가
And you leave it, the poor fellow. Oh my, this is the first piece that Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher
Of
was...
course.
프로미스?
Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
아내는 없나 보네요. 아내는 왜 없지?
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has
Who?
she? Oh, if you perhaps I don't. Fitz seems rather.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't. Makes you wonder.
뭘 더 보여줄 만한 거, 얘한테 보여줄 만한 건 없는 것 같은데요?
I've seen those. They're the ones Fitz
always wears.
Whenever I've seen. These were drawn by. She must have drawn
I
that.
guess.
Well, now that possibly none. That's rather a. But then, what kind
We're
of?
not sure. I think it might be...
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist.
프로미스 어디 있는데?
That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
이 안에 어디 있는데?
That's a very. Looks like
I like the
something.
letter than most.
Ah. I think. Poppy's too. Freya looks so innocent there.
There's something about pointers. A something.
어, 수상 떴다. 아, 나이스. 네, 다 물어보니까 수상하다 뜨네요. 개꿀.
So, Professor.
프리아는
What interests
개인적으로
you
긴
about
머리가 좀 더 예쁜 것
astronomy?
같아요. 단발보다.
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
아주 의심스러워.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
다른 연구. 어딨어? 황금 딱정벌레.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
엿보고 있는 것은 범죄 현장이며 하나를 보고 있는 게 아니다.
Almost.
틀렸네.
Maybe just
실제로 보고 있던 것은 범죄 현장이며 이것만 넣으면 안 되나? 엿보고 있던 것은
the crime scene was sneaking.
아니네요. 안 통이면은 아까 하나만 바꾸라고 했거든요?
Pointer's telescope. Almost.
하나만 바꾸랬는데. 아, 이거 나 실제로
Pointer's
보고 있었던 것.
telescope was actually looking at the crime scene.
First you
엿보고라고
accused me of being a lowly
해서 틀린 거였네요.
entomologist. Now you're accusing me of what? Spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
훔쳐갔다고 생각했다.
Well,
아,
it might have
좋아한
been
게
Flora you
아니었어.
were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's you. It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand.
다
Freya
실토를
was always
하는구만.
sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No.
봤어, 못 봤어.
When I
거짓말하지
walked into
마.
the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
누워 있다고.
You mean
Oh?
Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself.
뭐야?
I needed to know what was going on.
프리아가
This
누워 있는 게
changes your
아니었어?
statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
아, 궁뎅이 꿍실꿍실 짜증나네, 진짜. 궁뎅이 움직이지 마. 짱나니까. 얘 좀 닥달하러 가보자. 얘 닥달까지만 하고 끝나겠습니다.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally.
Right. Penelope's
Yeah,
three
세상.
favorite. She's very protective over
Are
them.
they like her pets?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name.
Do you remember?
I do not.
왜 몰라? 너 이마 니 약혼자 아니야? 너는 기억을 해줘야 되는 거 아니야?
Do you know how long they've
No,
been?
we don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it
그러면서 너는 왜 좋은 사이를 하냐?
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her.
Actually, there's a plant mentioned on this page, see?
어.
Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore.
왜 안 키워, 왜?
I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult.
왜 안
even for
키워?
me. I could never get it to live more than a couple.
실력이
of
없네. 실력이 없지. 암튼 그래.
Freya's best work. Although the photo.
What do you think it's a painting
What
of?
do you mean?
Like, what's the
Oh,
sub?
I don't think it's that kind of painting.
그런 그림이 아니라고.
What do you think
그런
that is?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. There's something
What?
about when we went into Flora's room. She wasn't standing
Hmm.
in this position.
Oh.
Well, she probably.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
무릎을 꿇고 있었다고? 아까는 누워 있었다 했는데 창가 쪽에.
That looks like it might. It It's an egg.
It was locked.
Fun.
You ever seen this before?
No, but I don't.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just.
이거 아닌데?
It looks like it belongs to her.
의심스러워. 씨, 아니네.
That's quite sweet. It's Fifi and
Don't
Freya.
you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
체크메이트라고? 왜? 아이고. 3명이 많은 거요?
Looks like someone doesn't want you.
That's the.
That belongs
So
to.
why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure. Paints are
I'd say so,
at any
yeah.
time. Flowers paint. Once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not. How odd. Paints are different. to
I'd say so,
At any
yeah.
time, flowers can paint. Once you've tainted, not even the most skilled painter can return
그
it to
전에
its pure
순수한
form.
형태로 되돌릴 수 없다.
Nice painting gives you a pretty
The
good
lake
idea.
looks
It
like
might
sea.
nature
And
is-
those-
We don't know much about them. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
예측을 한 거다. 얘는 뭐 다 해도 뭐 없네요. 안 한 게 있나? 다 했는데 얘는 왜 없어?
A little chart. Actually, I have no idea what it's about. Kind of reminds me of a periodic. Kind of reminds me of a periodic.
What do you make of
Not
it?
a whole lot. That's a handsome. Looks like he might.
뭘까요? 얘는 또 안 되네. 일단은 그러면은 여기까지 하고 네, 다음에 더 하도록 하겠습니다. 다음에는 끝나겠다. 아, 목 아파. 종료할. 오늘은 여기까지 하고 저는 이만 가보도록 하겠습니다. 아이고야, 여러분들 오늘 방송 봐주셔서 감사하고요. 오늘 방송 여기까지 하고 저는 이만 가보도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 방송 봐주신 분들, 채팅 쳐주신 분들 모두 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 오늘 방송 여기까지 하고 전 이만 가보도록 할게요. 여러분들 뿅!